Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call halal YAHAWAH BaHashim YAHAWASHI BaHashim QADASH, and double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us his truth and rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect, YAHAWAH BaHashim YAHAWASHI Barak Atham. It's the brother Kazah from the Meneval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be, I guess Jake forgot about the power. Okay, because there's been, the new flavor of the week, dealing with the camp Sakari, or as I like to call them, Sakarno. All right, they, once again, displaying their faithlessness and how they much rather would cleave unto the flesh than cleave unto Yahawah BaHashim YAHAWASHI and rely on him to deliver them out of the said perils that is about to befall upon the whole world in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, and the way Yahawah BaHashim YAHAWASHI is going to deliver us is going to be through wonders and powerful works. Okay, you're going to have brothers that will obtain that spiritual power. All right, you're going to have brothers that's going to get turned up with spiritual power and be as the angels. And this is the key point to the lesson. All right, I guess this is the part of prophecy that brothers have, well, I want to say brothers, but Jake have forgotten about. All right. And you got other camps out there too, ISUPK, they tote guns too, and you got the other ones, the pull-up boys. I forgot exactly which camp was behind that one, but it's all in all a carnal spirit in I want to say in Israel, so to speak. Okay, because the scripture says not all that is of Israel, all right, is of Israel. Not every brother is a brother. Okay, so book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and 5. And it reads, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right, and we are approaching the end of Esau's rulership. Okay, and the end of Esau's rulership is going to go out with a bang. Okay, he's going to go out with a bang, and it's going to be a lot of things that's going to come upon the world, a lot of perils that's going to come upon the world. And guess what? Yahawah BaHashim YAHAWASHI is going to deliver us from all of that all the same. Okay. Verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works. You see? So this is what we're going to be witnessing. Wonders and powerful works. All right. And in these times, brothers are going to be doing miracles. Okay. Brothers might be running through troops. All right, as the scriptures say in Zechariah chapter 12, and we're going to get that. All right, and it reads, and endings in effects and signs. All right, and everyone that shall be saved, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, and there's a key point right here, whereby ye have believed. Okay, and that's why, as I mentioned earlier, not every brother's a brother. You have to be careful who you watch out there. All right, because there are camps out there, there are groups out there that will lead you astray. If it's not from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and groups that teach the same doctrine, all right, you're going to be led astray, man. Okay, we're dealing with 100% truth. All right, us and men of valor, I speak for, men of valor, we deal with 100% truth, which is taught by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right, and you may have other camps out there that are the same as well. Okay, and the reason, everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith. So you see, it's not just about believing, but believing and having faith. The effect of that is go and do the work, which is to go out there to the highways and hedges to teach, do the lessons, study. All right, and just edify your people. Those that receive it will receive it. All right, and it reads, whereby ye have believed. Okay, and that's what it comes down to. All right, that's what it all comes down to at the end of the day, is if you believe or not, man. All right, if you truly believe in this thing, if you truly will cleave unto Yahawah BaHashim YAHAWASHI. Okay, and so far, all right, with these groups such as the Carnal, ISUPK, those gun-toting Israelites, hey man, Yahawah BaHashim YAHAWASHI is separating the real from the fake. It's being made manifest who the real is and who the fake is. All right. And verse 8, Salakias, whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from said perils. All right, I had to read that in context. Okay, so those that are faithful shall be preserved from said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Okay, so those said perils is talking about Jacob's trouble. All right, and there's going to be a deliverance from that. Okay, because YAHAWASHI, he isn't sending the destruction down to completely destroy the whole world, and there are no survivors, and the world is just going to be this inhabitable place, you know, where nothing lives in there no more. No, he's ending Esau's cycle. He's ending Esau's reign, and he's going to usher in our reign, the reign of Israel. All right, Yasharallah, New Jerusalem, under Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI. That's what's going to happen, and that's pursuant to the book of Isaiah chapter 6 and 9. Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. All right, and it's going to be a bumpy ride. Esau's going to go out with a bang. Okay, and that's, you know, ultimately how Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI set it up. But within that bang, within that bumpy ride, guess what? Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI is going to give us an avenue for us to escape. He's going to deliver us if we're of the elect. Lord willing, we're of that number. All right, so let's go to the next precept. Okay, let's go to the book of you know, just to further cement the times that we're in, because ultimately, man, Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, he's not going to deliver these carnal camps. All right, and really, you know, when it comes to carnality, it's many levels of that. All right, it's okay. You got the ones that tote guns, and then you got ones like Fopi, you know, who don't want to allow anybody that isn't a Negro in you know, who consider anybody that isn't a so-called Negro, all right, a non-Israelite. All right, just straight carnal brute beasts, you know. But it's not to divert the subject, but it's just, you know, just to show that Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, he's looking for the man that's after his heart, because the Lord looks after the inward man, not the outward appearance. All right, so let's go to the book of let me see, the book of Daniel, chapter 12. You know, one of my favorite precepts, and it reads 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince. It's like the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble. All right, and these are the said perils that is mentioned of in Second Ezra chapter 9. Okay, and Second Ezra chapter 15 further expounds on that, which let's, you know, briefly touch upon that, you know, such as, you know, not to just quote scriptures, but to bring it out as well. All right, let's bring it out. Second Ezra chapter 15 and 5, and it reads, behold, Yahawah Ba'ashem, it's like, behold, said Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what's manifesting itself. That's what everything is building up to an ultimate climax, where it's just going to be nothing but judgment upon the world. Okay, and these are the said perils. All right, this is the said perils that's gonna make this the time of trouble. All right, Jacob's trouble. All right, and continuing on, Daniel's 12 and 1, you know, on halfway down, and it reads, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. All right, so it's going to be a time like never before, as it is written in the book of Jeremiah chapter 30 verse if I'm not mistaken, verse 6. Okay, and it reads, and at that time thy people shall be delivered. And who is the people of the Lord? The children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But it's not going to be the whole nation of Israel. All right, it's not going to be like the Exodus, where, you know, Moses had to deal with the stiff neck of our nation. All right, the saddest children of our nation, the faithless of our nation. No, this time Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI is going to deliver his faithful. He's going to deliver that 1/3 remnant, the elect, because they have that faith in works. Okay, and it reads, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And that further cements that this thing is about the elect. All right, and is being made apparent who it is and who it isn't. Okay, is being made apparent. And let's bring that out in the book of Second Ezra chapter 16. And it's not to boast, and put and make ourselves of that number. You know what I'm saying? That's why we hope that we're of that number. But it is being made apparent who's the real and who's the fake. All right. So book of Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. All right. Now don't get me wrong. It's going to be a bumpy road. You might have to go through some things, but you got to cleave unto YAHAWASHI. Okay. You got to cleave unto YAHAWASHI, and he'll reward at the end. All right. So let's go to the book of Zechariah. Or matter of fact, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and 19. Okay. Let's bring that out. We're going to go into the subject of spiritual power now. All right. Segue into that, which is, the main point of the lesson. All right. Because ultimately, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh, he's going to give spiritual power upon his he's going to give spiritual power unto the house of David, which is the elect. All right. And we established the fact that these men are predestined from the beginning. Okay. They are created here to serve. They have been created to serve that purpose. All right. And ultimately, that's what's going to make, a lot of the works of these other groups that's leading, the people's astray, that's going to make their works in vain. All right. Whether they do it, sincerely, and they're just lost and they're just not right, or whether they took the bag and they doing what Esau commands them to do, it's all going to be in vain at the end of the day, because the will of Yahweh will be done. All right. So book of Isaiah chapter 59 verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them. All right. And that's ultimately, what's going to end up happening. Okay. The enemy is going to come in like a flood. That's dealing with, Esau coming down with great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. And in doing so, he's going to be as a madman, sparing none. All right. He's going to, that martial law. All right. The guillotines. All right. The depopulation agenda. Is going to be a lot of jakes that's going to get put on the rack. Just for just cause, man. All right. To fulfill his agendas. Okay. So let's just continue on. I read the scripture. All right. Now, when the enemy comes down like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Now, let's go into the word standard. All right. Now, if my phone stops acting up, Salakia. And let me see if the microphone is turned on. Yeah, it can. Otherwise, I'd be doing all this in vain if the microphone is not turned on. All right. So, Salakia, hold on. Right there. All right. So this is the term for standard, okay, which is Strong's H5127, all right, which in the paleo would be pronounced naas. Okay, that's how it would be pronounced, naas. All right, now you have the first definition, which means to flee, to escape, all right, to take flight, depart, disappear. All right, and those are like the first, three definitions. I wish I could zoom it in, but those are the three definitions here, and also too, and if you go into definition D, it also supports that, and that's talking about how Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi will provide an exit for our in the time of trouble. All right, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi will provide an avenue of deliverance in the time of trouble. It's going to be a thing, and I believe this wholeheartedly, where if you come across, said perils, all right, the Lord will open up a way for you to get out, and you will see how everything is going to be manipulated around you for your deliverance out of those said perils, and that's going to further cement your faith into Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, because you cleaved unto him. But the test is the trouble, all right? That's the trial of the faith, okay? But here's the main one I wanted to bring out, which is the fourth definition, all right, in section A, where it says to fly to the attack on horseback. All right, brothers are gonna obtain spiritual power. Okay, brothers are going to obtain spiritual power. Those are gonna be the times that we're gonna be in. All right, and that's what that's what Jake. These are the scriptures that Jake has forgotten about. All right, the spiritual power. Why? Because they don't truly believe in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashai. Okay, they don't believe in the phenomenons, in the miracles, and the supernatural things. Okay, they're in this thing for their own filthy lucre. All right, and they're just seeing this as another avenue to be to operate in Babylon. Okay, seeing this as another avenue to operate in Babylon. All right, maybe some, they know that shit's about to go down, so they got to get clicked up, with like-minded people, so to speak. And then, they're just going to survive in Jacob's trouble, carnally, man. All right, but that's not going to be the case, as it is written in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 2 and 9. All right, and not chapter 2 and 9, 1 Samuel, chapter 2 and 9. All right, kind of get these mixed up sometimes. All right, and it reads, he will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. All right, so it further cement the fact that Yahweh Shema Shai will be guiding us in a time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, as we believe in him. All right, for by strength shall no man prevail. You see, by strength shall no man prevail. All right, and that's ultimately what's going to happen to these other camps, to these gun-toting camps. All right, these carnal Israelites, they're not going to prevail. Okay, because they are relying in their carnal strength of the gun and their combat abilities. All right, which is carnal, to deliver themselves out of Babylon, and that's not going to happen. Okay, it's ultimately Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashai that's going to deliver you out of Babylon. And I like to bring this out. Hey, you could be, the Rambo 3.0. You can't do anything against the famine. All right, you could be Rambo 3.0. You could be walking down the street, a brick falls off from a building, hits you in the head, and that's it. Now you're in the spirit world. Okay. So, hey, man, miss us with all that carnal stuff, man. All right, so let's go back to the book of, where was I? Let's go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 12. I believe I was finished up with that, with Isaiah, chapter 59. All right, so the book of Isaiah, it's Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. And it reads, in that day shall Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashai defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Okay, and this is the day of Jacob's trouble. All right, and it reads, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. You see, and the house of David, which is the elect, all right, the 144, shall be as powers. All right, shall be as basically powers. That's verbatim. It says God. All right, but the word God goes back to powers. All right, as the angel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi before them, and the angels have the capabilities to destroy the whole world, man. All right, those are the powerful beings of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, and the scriptures say that the house of David is going to be like them. All right, it's going to be as the angels. All right, and that's why it makes perfect sense, that fourth definition where it says to fly to the attack on horseback, meaning swiftly, with power. Okay, and that's what's going to happen, in these times. All right, when Esau comes down with great wrath, when the enemy comes down, when the enemy comes as a flood, all right, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to raise up that standard, okay, against them. So it makes perfect sense that that there's going to be, brothers that have spiritual power, and is going to, through the spirit power Yahweh Shema Shai, roll on these Edomites, man. All right. So, hey, man, with that, I'm gonna close out with the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, and we're gonna go to verse 6. All right, and we're gonna close out with that. Okay, because this thing, it depends on your faith. And not just your faith, but your works as well, man. You can't just be, talking the talk and not walking the walk as well, man. If you know a lot, you got to be out there and you got to be teaching. Otherwise, you'll be, the Lord won't consider you. All right. So Book of Hebrews chapter 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to YAHAWASHI must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So seeking is an action. Seeking is a word. Is a work. Okay. Studying is seeking YAHAWASHI. Going out there to the highways and hedges is seeking YAHAWASHI. Doing your lessons is seeking YAHAWASHI, because you are working toward that salvation. All right. So, just to end it off, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. All right. And these other camps, it is impossible for them to please him. Okay. Because they are not operating by faith. They are operating by carnal measures. All right. And the scriptures say that a carnal mind is enmity with YAHAWASHI. And I know I said I was going to end it off with this, but just to, not just to really end it off, just through the spirit, I'm going to go to verse 10. All right. 2 Samuel chapter 2 and 10. All right. Because, being carnal, you make yourself an enemy of YAHAWASHI. All right. So it reads, the adversaries of YAHAWASHI shall be broken to pieces. Okay. So that's what's going to happen to them. They're going to be broken in pieces. All right. Which really, is starting with the whole left hand side, Esau, Edom, all these other nations, they're going to be broken in pieces. Okay. And guess what? The 2/3 as well. And these other these other camps that's leading the flock astray, they're part of that number as well. They're part of that bracket that's going to be broken down to pieces by YAHAWASHI in that day. All right. And it reads, out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. YAHAWASHI shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king and exalt the horn of his anointed. All right. Meaning his chosen, starting with YAHAWASHI. So, hey, man, there's going to be, it's two sides of the coin, so to speak. You got the right hand side and you got the left hand side. All right. And you have to recognize which one is which in order to make it in these last days. Okay. And it's being made apparent which is which. All right. So with that, I'm going to say, call halal Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahawashai Ba'ashim QADASH for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying unto the Akim out there. Shalom, unto the next.